Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. We've got a new fusion to talk about today. It's going to be going live on the 4th of July. If you Americans out there are not too drunk, then we can get involved and see what the hell's going on. Pretty sure 4th of July is when you'll get drunk, right? If not, apologies. A bit raspy today, so sorry for that as well. But yeah, let's see what this dude is all about. I'm also going to show you a quick summon from my Prism Shard that I picked up. And yeah, we're going to take a look at the Champion Chase event as well in this video. Let's have a quick look at this dude then. The Packmaster, Sheikh Packmaster. So he's got all these different tails to his pack. He's got the hyena cloak. He's got the dog heads going on or something. He's got the traps on his back. Looks like he's been beaten down by his pack a couple of times. Or they're having some fun. Pretty cool skin though, I like it. Yeah, pretty cool. So I'd like to thank Omni Heroes for sponsoring this video. You can download now on my link down below, or you can use the QR code on the screen. You'll get tons of free summons. I'll go through that in a second. Omni Heroes is a heroic fantasy casual strategy RPG game. It's actually had recommendations from the Google Play Store and the App Store for being too awesome. As an Omni Guardian, you're going to need to go and rescue some Valkyries from some evil demons in the land. Once you've fought the demons and rescued the Valkyrie, they actually join your team. Maybe they'll become a little waifu for you. You can summon legendary heroes, unlock multiple synergies, and you'll be matching hundreds of team comps as you go through this game. So season 4 is upon us. We got a brand new storyline. There's new relics. There's a new roguelike dungeon gameplay, and there's going to be updated guild versus guild modes as well. So actually going to be a ton of new cool heroes coming into the game. You've got the legendary Wukong. A guardian joins forces with him to rediscover his divinity. Together they seek out Mulan, the martial art queen of the human world, and the elusive panda deity. Their journey leads them to the divine realm via a celestial ladder. However, their new domain is threatened by a formidable abyssal force. During the battles, Wukong's divine nature reawakens. United by his champions, he fights the abyss, safeguarding their mystical realm. Sounds super sweet. So 4 new heroes coming in: Dahlia, Wukong, Panda, and Mulan. All worth a look. So as I said, you can download right now. You can use my link down below, or you can use the QR code. You'll actually get yourself 3 lots of 999 free pulls, and you'll be able to get involved in season 4. There'll be legendary heroes coming into your roster. In fact, with those free pulls, you get a minimum of 5 legendary heroes on your roster. Thank you, Omni Heroes, for sponsoring the video. Let's get back to it. Okay then, let's get back to it. So let's check out his kit and see if this guy's gonna be worth our time. We've had a couple of massive fusions this year. Then we had one, which I'd say last one, which a fair few people skipped. So maybe people are ready again. I felt good for having one skip month. Just means that I'm a bit more chilled. I'm ready to go. So he is an orc. He's legendary. He's a force affinity and he's HP based. The Packmaster here. We've got kill command A1. Attacks one enemy. 50% chance of placing drop defense. Pretty good. Books up to what, 70%. Goes on for 2 turns. Then teams up with any ally. Oh, I see. So he's teaming up with the dogs. Terror Beast, Gore Mask, Houndspawn, Hellfang, Hellfounds, and Stitch Beasts. The allies joining the attack will use their default skills. This is interesting, right? I mean, and I see it's like, so it looks like it's a theme. It's a theme across the whole kit. It's multiples. Fellhounds hit hard, by the way, on their A1, on an AoE, which could be interesting, but generally these dogs are not that interesting. Like, you've got, it's a weird one, because you've got like Hellfang. Let me just check this out a second game. You've got Dormask here. You've got, I think the Demon Spawns, right? You've got the Hellfang Houndspawn. These two together do like obscene damage. So Houndspawn attacks all enemies, ignores defense in full, and block damage if the target's got a freeze on it. And Hellfang has got an AoE freeze here, only available when Houndspawn's on the same team. And this skill is only available when Hellfang's on the same team. So these two together, I've done videos on it, can be obscene in terms of damage, right? For an AoE hit to ignore defense, it's obscene damage. but the affinities are a problem and that type of stuff. They're rares, right? So they're going to be harder to enable this stuff. It's interesting. And Fellhound has got a big AoE on its A1. A decent AoE, this one. So if you had multiple Fellhounds with the Packmaster, potentially you're taking down a lot of enemies. I don't know if it's too memey, but more meme than reality. But that's an interesting one. We also don't know if new heroes could be added to the game. In fact, there was some sort of blurb. Let me just read this quickly. So the Packmaster is a unique type of champion, thrives when surrounded by his loyal hounds. As a mighty pack leader, Shayek excels at gathering hounds to his side, enhancing his abilities in battle. He's a versatile champion, useful in PvE and PvP. With Packmaster on your team, new players will be able to utilize hounds for clearing early content more effectively, and seasoned players can experiment in the arena or form new teams against Hydra. It says here as well, by the way, if you're not impressed with his current roster of loyal hounds, just wait. Packmaster Shrike is always on the lookout for new members to add to his pack. And who knows what beast will join his side next. They're going for FOMO here. They're going for hard FOMO. And I'm kind of bought into it already. If they release, like a Void Legendary Hound that is insane, then suddenly his value will go up a lot. Anyway, let's carry on. So we've got here Pack Alpha on the A2. Books to a 3-turn. Removes all debuffs from this champion and heals them by 50% of their max HP. So this only works if it's like debuffs which are not like lockout debuffs. Like if you're stunned or anything, that just clearly you can't use it. Then places shield on this champion for 2 turns. The value of the shield is equal to any surplus heal. The shield cannot be removed, stolen, or transferred if you've got at least one of these hounds on your team. Places a taunt and reflect damage for 2 turns. Cannot be removed or stolen if you've got one of the hounds. It's not a bad A2, but it's very him-centric, right? So it's not doing anything for your team. It's all on him. So I think the A2 is kind of meh. I guess taunt is okay. Bearing in mind you've got this decent shield and you've got reflect damage on. So the taunt could be useful. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like the A2 is up to much. A3, Blood Howl. 3-turn cooldown when booked. Does a turn meter fill by 25%. Books up to 100% chance of placing block buffs on the enemy, which is generally a good Hydra ability. So turn meter fill, block buffs. This cannot be resisted if you've got one of the hounds. So no accuracy required if you've got a hound. But this is where it gets a bit wonky, right? So you would need accuracy for this decreased defense, but you wouldn't need accuracy for this. It's kind of like, yeah, it's okay. And then we've got We Hunters 1 here. When attacked, places a hex debuff on the attacker for a turn. Ally attacks on targets under hex deal 20% more damage. When this champion is attacked, any of the hounds will counterattack. It's a really interesting kit. And again, I'm FOMO'd in because they might release a really good dog. They just might release a really good dog. He's got speed in all battles as well. This is a tricky one for me. Like, his kit is not brilliant, but the thought behind his kit is actually kind of brilliant. Yeah, so the hex ability here is cool. The block buffs and turn meter fill is cool. They're both alone. They're both good for Hydra, those two things. The A2 I'm not that fussed about. But when this champion is attacked and he puts taunt on himself, all of the hounds will counterattack. And all of the hounds will ally attack on an A1. This is tricky. As I say, the hounds right now, this part of it is quite memey because, I don't know, you're not going to build a Hydra team really with these. I'm trying to even think, what does Terror Beast do? Where's Terror Beast? Increased cooldown, attack 2 times at random, placing reflect damage on allies. Yeah, he's just kind of nothing champ. He's a nothing champ. The interesting ones for me is Fellhound, but only because he hits hard. I mean, he hits pretty hard on this A1, and he's got decreased speed, which is not a bad Hydra ability as well, by the way. I don't know. The main thing that I'm interested in is what do the new dogs look like? That's the one. What do the new dogs look like? Because if you've got a legendary dog that comes in that's accessible, they've got to be accessible as well. You got to actually get them that can do some cool stuff on its A1. Then maybe you've got something going on. But at the moment, it's literally just a FOMO champ with some novel stuff. You know, it's a novel idea, but in the reality, you're not going to build out those dogs for that content. Like, they're fun. They're fun. Definitely the Hound Spawn Hellfang thing is fun. Fellhound is good as your campaign farmer early, but that's not what we want him for. It's a tricky one for me. Yeah, it's a tricky one. Don't know, guys. Let me know what you think on this one. Is this a champion that you're going to go after? And basically your answer on two things. Based on the current accompaniment of dogs, and then based on, you know, potential future content with, you know, Clan Wars coming and all that sort of stuff, or maybe a new dog for Hydra. Anyway, let's have a quick go. Did I miss it already? No. Let's have a quick go then. So I've got, another whole day yet. I've managed to get one of the Prism shards for free. I didn't get the Dungeon Diver one, but I got the Ice Golem one. That was the one I said that I was going to go after. And I've said here, like, most of these legendaries are decent if you could grab one. I don't have Feral. A lot of people are saying I should be all in for Feral. So that'd be quite a cool new champ to grab. Let's see what we get. It's an epic. It's a Duke. I've already got actually a +4 Duke, so nothing too crazy there. Pulling today was good as well. I didn't do it by plan, but it was good because it did give me some champion chase points. And there is a big fat soul if you win your group. Okay, a 5-star perfect soul for Vizag. And Vizag is the champion who is in here for the next 2 days. So it's a 2 times anyway on Ancients. Yeah, so we've got, generally this is a decent time to pull Ancients. I pulled a ton for the event we just had for the 1+1. In fact, I rinsed my gems and my shards for a tragic shard pull event. This guy's kind of interesting though. I don't know whether we're going to be slipping into the old credit card. He's got an attacks all enemies here. Books the 50% chance of activating any burns and poisons, which is really good. AoE poisons and burns here, very good. Attacks all enemies before attacking, puts increased accuracy on allies. And then he's got this stuff here for the faction ally stuff. So puts increased speed on allies for 2 turns if there was one. Does the kind of like, wow, increases duration of debuffs by 2 turns and ally debuffs by 2 turns on if there's 2. And if there's 3, we get a heal as well. And he's got a passive here. Increases each ally's accuracy by 10 for each burn and poison out there. And then if there's one more faction ally, burns and poisons just deal more damage. Could be insanely nuts in an arena, honestly, with those new blessings as well. Or the changes to the blessings. Faction allies with 2 increases damage dealt by 5% for each burn and poison. Let me just check that. So increases damage dealt by allies by 5% for each burn and poison on a target. Okay, so that's more like physical damage. And then for 3, burn and poison debuffs placed by allies cannot be taken away. Can't be cleansed off. That's kind of nuts. Yeah, okay. So Vizag is pretty interesting. I might try and wangle some shards into a video maybe for tomorrow and have a go. Because if you do get him, that soul is then pretty high quality soul to have. The 5-star perfect soul. But it's only really that quality if you get him. So I don't know. It's an interesting one anyway. Look, loads going on. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.